This is episode 3 of the wonderful world of enchiladas. Today I'm making Honduran enchiladas. To be clear, I'm not an expert on Honduran cuisine, but I did recently try baleadas for the first time, and not only were they delicious, I found that the Honduran community was so kind and so gracious and so welcoming. And honestly, I appreciate that so very much. So I wanted to highlight their cuisine in today's episode. Honduran enchiladas are a little bit different from the Mexican enchiladas that I'm used to. Base layer is a fried tortilla, and then there is a meat topping. The ones that I have seen are ground beef. Then there are the toppings that they add. I see cabbage, sliced tomato, and boiled egg, and then finally the salsa. So I'm gonna start with the meat filling. Let's go to the stove. All right, let's start with the sofrito. So in my pot, I have a small amount of oil. Start by adding some onion, some green pepper, it's frozen, sorry, some tomato. Basically, I just wanted my green pepper to thaw out before I add my cilantro and garlic. Now I'm adding in the ground beef. This is 1 pound. So I'm gonna be adding some cumin. I see a lot of people adding those little orange sazon packets, but I make my own. So I'm just gonna be adding that instead. And if you want that recipe, I actually have it on my profile. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of this. I don't know if everyone does it or not, but I did see a couple people doing that. And then just some salt. Now that the meat has begun to cook, I'm gonna be adding a small amount of water, not too much, and some potato. I'm going to cover this for about 15 to 20 minutes until those potatoes are soft. While the meat is cooking, I'm going to work on the masa, or the dough for the tortillas. Starting out with some maseca, and I'm just going to measure out 2 cups. With my maseca, I'm going to add a little bit of achote. I've got some achote molido. I don't know how much, just a little. I think they just add it mainly for the color. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments, please. Then some salt for flavor. To mix that up before I add my water, I have about 1.5 cups of water. Masa is done. I'm just going to cover it with a plastic so that it doesn't dry out while I work on the salsa. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna add my ingredients in the pot. While those are cooking, I have some hot water and some tomato paste. Just gonna put them together so it can melt. I had this in the freezer. Okay, adding in my cilantro, and I'm gonna pour that tomato paste and water in. So I think I'm supposed to add some cumin. This is where I saw more people adding the orange packet of sazon, so I'm just going to add some of my homemade one. Also saw some people adding this chicken bouillon powder, a little bit of that as well. I'm not sure what else to add, so I'm just going to leave it like that. This is how it's looking. Now I'm going to transfer this to the blender. This is how my salsa is looking after blending it and adding a little water. I'm going to let this continue to cook for a little bit longer. Now to make the tortillas. Got my masa here. I'm going to take, I don't know, maybe that much, and roll it into a ball. I've got my tortilla press here. I'm going to try to be gentle, not push too hard. You want these to be thicker than normal tortillas, I believe. Whoops. Hopefully that's good. Meanwhile, I have my oil heating up in a pan on the stove. And put it in. Okay, I think my tortilla is done. It seems nice and crispy. This is how they're looking. Finally, time for the taste test. Oh my gosh. That is really good. I'm gonna try not to spill this everywhere, but I feel like I am. Mm. Guys. Listen, I never expected it to be bad. I mean, because why would it be? But it's even better than I expected it to be. This is awesome. Thank you, Honduran people, for your wonderful contribution to the world. These enchiladas are so good. It took me like 10 seconds to inhale that. And that cabbage gives it like a really nice crunch. And that salsa, the salsa is good. It's really good.